Hey guys, it's point 5 from the Dirty Dozen healthcare tips. Listen, this one's a really big one. Stress causes your body to try to adapt in your life, right? So anything that prevents your body from adapting will allow problems to develop within your body. When your body's coping, it can stay healthy. When there's too much going on for your body, it won't be able to cope with the stress, and that stress will lead to a state of dis-ease. So my point is that stress causes a condition known as subluxation. Let's dive into that. Stress from lifting heavy objects, just continuously worrying, even breathing in polluted air. This can misalign your spine via the stress that it causes on your nervous system. Now, think of your nervous system as like a watering system. You put a kink in a hose, the water doesn't get through. Less water to the plant won't be as healthy, it won't grow as much fruit, the flowers might be smaller, there might be less of them effectively. When it's nerve supply, that's a part of your body that's not receiving the life force that it needs to work properly and to coordinate with every other part of your body. In reality, it's a lot more complicated than that. But just think about a subluxation as something that interferes with your nervous system's communication, sending the signals from your brain to every part of your body. Now, your brain might not get messages from that part of your body, so it doesn't tell that part of your body what it needs to do to adapt to a particular stressor, whether it's a muscle from lifting or an organ from digesting or your lungs from even breathing in bad air. Those messages are so important. Now, if the organ's not getting the messages or a muscle, it's not going to work properly, it's going to be inefficient, and you're more likely to injure it effectively. So that communication channel is super, super important. Why am I interested in that as a chiro? Because the reason we work on people's spines is because the spine stops moving properly. It interferes with the nerves in a measurable way. And what that does is it reduces the body's ability to adapt. By adjusting the spine and restoring communication through the nervous system, your body's better able to adapt to the life stresses in your life effectively. Gee, there's lots of examples. Take John, he works at a supermarket. His job is he's a filler, he's stacking shelves and stuff, and his back was hurting quite a bit, and it was building and building, and sometimes it was on and off, and then it sort of came and it didn't stop. So he came in, started getting his spine adjusted. We found some subluxations in his spine, started adjusting his spine. Now he does the same work and doesn't have the same problem. His body is better able to deal with the stress of his work. That can be sports, that can be mental stress, it can be a number of different things. What's important is a communication signal. So subluxations affect the communication between your brain and your body and your brain. It weakens your body. So if there's something you're doing in your life that you're finding more difficult, maybe your spine is implicated. Now, is it the cause of all things? Not really. There are lots of different causes for lots of different problems, but having an unhealthy spine means you're less likely to be able to cope with stress. Subluxations in your spine usually are the cause of your body not working as well as it should. So if you haven't had your spine checked, maybe now's a good time. If you've had it checked and you've been adjusted and you've found that it helped you a lot, but you haven't been for a while, maybe it's time to get rechecked and get back to being your absolute best. Hey, look, and if you found this video useful, please share it with someone who doesn't get the brain-body connection, because maybe, just maybe, we might be able to help them improve their health and their quality of life. See you for point 6.